How can you be good with girls? How can you be the sort of guy who girls always like, and when you meet new girls, they like you too? And you're not the sort of guy who looks on at other guys wondering how the heck they do it. Why do girls like them? Why don't they like me? What am I doing wrong? What am I missing? So some guys are naturally good with girls, and what that means is that they are better at learning and then doing the right things around girls that make girls feel attracted to them and want them. Whereas other guys are a bit slower when it comes to learning this stuff, and other guys have absolutely no idea. They're clueless, and they look on at guys who are good with girls and just wonder, what the heck's going on? Why does she like him? It doesn't make any sense. And personally, I used to fall into the category of being fairly clueless, where I would talk to girls that I liked, and I didn't know what to do to make them want me. And I didn't know how to handle the different types of personalities that you'll come across, because some girls are shy, some girls are confident, some girls are sassy, some girls play hard to get, some are easy, and so on. And to be good with girls, you need to be able to handle all different types of girls. And it's easy once you understand some of the things that I'm going to be telling you in this video. And there's more to it, right? I'm going to give you a start here and help you start to become good with girls by giving you 3 golden rules. But before we begin, if you don't know who I am, my name's Dan Bacon. And as I said, I used to be fairly clueless with women. And then I figured out these secrets that I have been teaching men for the last 20 years. And that's when everything changed for me. I had more girls interested in me than I knew what to do with, to the point where I often had multiple casual girlfriends at the same time. And sometimes I had a serious girlfriend, and she put up with the fact that I had other women that I was seeing. And she would say something like, she wants to become my number one girl. And I enjoyed that power for over 10 years before settling down. And now I have the Master Attraction community where I share my secrets with guys from across the world, and they're getting the same type of results that I got. Because once you understand how to be good with girls, it's easy. You get it, and you're set for life. So let's begin with the first golden rule. Always remember that girls want what they're not sure they can have. So some guys make the mistake of being way too keen, of course, and other guys behave as though they're not interested in girls at all. But the sweet spot is when you are showing interest, but she's not sure if she can have you or not. If you think about it, that's what girls do to you. When they show interest in you, but you're not sure whether you can get with her or not, whether she's really going to go ahead with it, whether she really likes you. And it makes you feel like you've accomplished something when you get with her. It's like, I got with Julie yesterday, and you tell your friend about it, or you leave the date after kissing her and you're like, yes, I made out with her, or whatever it may be. You feel like you've accomplished something because she has shown interest in you, and that has made you feel like you've got a chance. But at the same time, you weren't sure if she was actually going to want to go ahead with anything sexual. If she was interested in you in a romantic way to the point where she would want to start having sex with you or become your girlfriend. So when you actually get to that point, it feels like an accomplishment. And you feel like, yes, I got with her. I got her. Right? And what girls really want and what they struggle to find is a guy who can flip that and make her feel like she has accomplished something by getting with him. Make her feel like she's the lucky girl getting with him. So a lot of guys make the mistake of meeting a girl that they like, and they instantly start to show a lot of interest, and she can see that it's basically a done deal. The guy likes her, he wants her, and he's just another guy who instantly is ready to have sex or a relationship with her. But then there are also guys who want to act like they're not even interested in women at all. They go to the other extreme. But this golden rule that I'm talking about here is not women want what they can't have. Women want what they're not sure they can have. Because if women wanted what they can't have, then women would be walking down the street, for example, and there would be guys walking along who they can't have, and they would want them all. It's like, I can't get him, I can't get him, I want him, I want him. It doesn't work like that. However, of course, there is some truth in women want what they can't have as well. For example, when a guy is taken and he has a girlfriend or a wife, women will find him more attractive because he has been pre-selected, right? He has been accepted by another woman, so there must be something that is attractive about him. And that's what psychologists refer to as mate choice copying, where women copy the choices of other women because women have gone to the effort of finding out if a guy is attractive or not in order to then get into a relationship with him. So it saves women time trying to figure out if a guy is attractive, essentially, because female attraction is different to male attraction. What women look for in guys is mostly about what cannot be seen with the naked eye. For example, is he confident or insecure around women? Is he emotionally masculine like a man, or is he emotionally feminine like a woman? Is he a guy who other guys respect, and if she becomes his girlfriend, she's going to feel like, okay, this guy's not going to get picked on, I can feel safe with him? Or is he the sort of guy who other guys look down on, make fun of, and so on? Additionally, is he a guy who can create sexual tension with a woman and make her really want him? Or is he a bit of a dud and he's just like, doesn't really know what to do and is just hoping that a spark happens automatically? He doesn't know how to create that. Right, so there are all these things that cannot be seen with the naked eye, but have to be figured out. And that's why women use mate choice copying. Therefore, if a guy has a girlfriend and she's attractive and they seem happy together, another woman will feel like she probably can't get with him, and she will therefore want him. So yes, women want what they can't have. However, that's not the way to get girls when you're single, right? To have a girlfriend. Instead, girls want what they're not sure they can have. And this is about you not being too keen when you are interacting with her, and also being able to flip the dynamic between you and her. So it's her who's going to feel like she's accomplished something when she gets with you. She's going to feel lucky to get with you. You can do that. Women do that to you. You can do it to them. And when you do it to them, it's one of the things that makes you good with girls. Number 2, understand that girls want guys who can pass their confidence and interest tests. So if a guy can't handle her being neutral towards him or showing a bit of disinterest, then she knows that he's not confident. Likewise, if a guy backs off and stops pursuing her or stops showing interest, if she's not making it obvious that she likes him, then she assumes that he probably isn't that interested in her. Because if he was, he wouldn't give up that easily. He would continue on. And girls always use these confidence and interest tests. It's not something that they're going to ever stop doing. And you may have noticed it when around girls and you see a guy who's good with girls and they're being a bit challenging in their behavior. They're playing a bit hard to get to test his confidence or to test his interest. And he sticks in there. He doesn't buckle under the pressure. He doesn't start becoming insecure. He doesn't think that he's getting rejected if a woman says something to him to mess with him, to tease him. Instead, he's able to laugh it off or playfully mess with her in return. And he stays in there, and she realizes that, okay, his confidence is independent. It's not dependent, meaning his confidence is not dependent on how she behaves. His confidence is independent. It's up to him. He's in control of his own confidence. He's in control of how he feels. He's not going to start becoming insecure just because a girl said something to playfully mess with him, or a girl started playing a bit hard to get. He's going to remain confident because his confidence is independent. And that's very attractive. Guys who are good with girls have that independent confidence. But guys who have dependent confidence will suddenly start to feel a bit thrown off by certain things that girls say. And women will see the change in their body language. Right? I'm doing a bit of an exaggerated version like that. But women will see it when the guy's sort of confused and doesn't really know what to say or do now that she said something like that. And she realizes that, okay, he's not confident enough for a woman like her. Because the thing is, some women are shy, some women are insecure, some women are very easy. But usually the attractive ones are going to be a little bit more challenging because pretty much every guy wants to get with her, at least have sex with her. But many guys want to have a relationship with her because of how she looks. So she knows that if she gets with a guy and he's insecure, then what's going to happen in the relationship? He's most likely going to become protective of her, become very jealous, insecure, emotionally sensitive, and need her to be reassuring him of her interest because he's not secure in himself. He got her by getting lucky, so to speak, which a lot of guys experience when they're younger. Say they're about 17, 18, 19, 20, and they get themselves a pretty girlfriend, and it's essentially by luck. And they don't really know what they did to get with her. They just got lucky. she gets into a relationship with him, but as the relationship continues, she realizes that the guy is insecure. He doesn't yet know how to be a man around a woman. She gains too much power over him, or he becomes jealous and overprotective and controlling and so on, and eventually she breaks up with him. And then he's all on his own again, wondering how the heck he's going to get a girl, because he's not good with girls. He got lucky. And one of the things that you must be able to do if you want to be good with girls, where girls always like you, and when you meet new girls, they like you too. You always have options, and you're able to handle different types of women. And when you get into a relationship, your girl knows that you could easily attract other women. So it then motivates her to be good to you, to stick with you and not lose you, because she's going to get left behind, right? You're not going to be a guy who is stuck and not good with girls and can't get another girl while she quickly moves on. Instead, if the relationship ends, she knows that you could easily get another girl and she may end up being more attractive than her. So it motivates a woman to want to keep the relationship together. And one of the things that you need to do in order to be good with girls is to be able to pass their confidence and interest tests. So when you're talking to a girl, she will often test your confidence by playing a little bit hard to get, or not showing interest in something that you're saying, or saying something negative or mean about what you're saying, just to mess with you or to put a bit of pressure on you and to see how you're going to handle it. And if you can't handle that and you start to crumble because a girl said something, she has that power over you because your confidence is dependent, then she knows that, okay, she's going to need to help you the entire relationship, right? She's going to need to help you feel confident. And if she's not doing that, which she won't, women won't continue to do that. They'll start to put pressure on a guy because they are naturally wired to make sure that you are strong enough to handle the challenges of life and challenging people, because you are the leader. You are the man. She is following along with you. She is submitting to you and opening up to you. You're the one that she is going along with in life, and she wants to make sure that you're strong enough emotionally to be able to handle people and life. And therefore, if a guy needs her help to feel confident, it goes against her natural instincts, and she's not going to like that. She's not going to put up with it, and it'll lead to a breakup. The other one is interest tests, and so many guys fail that, where, for example, they're texting with a girl and she doesn't reply to one of their texts, or she doesn't seem to be interested when he asks her out on a date. She may, for example, say, "Oh, I'm busy on that day," and then she doesn't suggest another day to catch up for a date. So he thinks, well, she's not interested. Right? Well, if I try to suggest another day now, I might seem needy and too keen. So he doesn't follow through. He doesn't continue on. And she's testing his interest because she doesn't want to get with a guy who's not even that interested in her, to the point where if she doesn't show really obvious interest, he just gives up. She wants a guy who is actually seeing her, right? Who looks at her and thinks, yes, I want to be with her. I like her. This is my girl. And he then makes it happen. So the golden rule here is to not be a guy who buckles under any pressure from a girl. Remember that you are the man, and don't feel like anything that a woman or a girl says is something that should make you feel less than and start to crumble. You need to be above that. You need to have independent confidence. All right, so make sure you have that if you want to be good with girls, and don't just give up if a woman isn't showing obvious signs of interest, because women will test your interest to see if you actually are interested and if you can actually handle her not being interested 100% of the time, which she's not going to be when you get into a relationship with her. Throughout the month as she goes through her menstrual cycle, she will have different moods. She will have different levels of sexual desire. She'll be feeling differently, and she won't always be reassuring of her interest. This is built into women, and it affects their behavior. It affects their choices when they're interacting with men. If a guy can't handle her not being 100% reassuring of her interest all the time, then he can't handle being with her, because she is different to a man. She's not like you and I, right? We are consistent. Our hormones throughout the month are consistent. Our testosterone just goes up and down a little bit on a daily basis, but it's not a roller coaster like women experience with their hormones, right? So you have to understand that women are different, girls are different, and you cannot expect girls to be behaving like men behave, because they're not going to. They're not wired that way. And you as a man need to be emotionally strong enough to handle the fluctuations in a woman's interest level and her behavior, because it is going to happen. Women are not going to change. That is built into them. The third golden rule is to level up rather than giving up. Many guys quickly give up and go back into their shell if they're not getting results with girls. Yet, the reality is that if you're not getting results, it means that you're making newbie mistakes. For example, seeking approval or validation from the woman, and that means you're hoping that she selects you, you're hoping that she approves of you, you're hoping that she likes you, you're hoping that you're going to be good enough for her, so you're seeking her approval of you. That's a newbie mistake. It instantly turns women off. Additionally, if you're not getting results with girls, it can also mean that you're missing signs that girls are attracted to you, and you just need to get used to shooting your shot and moving things forward. Most guys try a little bit, they make some newbie mistakes, they get rejected, and then they go back into their shell. And as a result, there's hardly any competition. It seems like there's a lot of competition for girls because guys look at girls, right? They get a lot of attention. But the amount of guys who actually know how to attract girls and then shoot their shot properly is very small, right? It's very rare that a guy actually knows what he's doing. And that's one of the reasons why it was so easy for me when I was going out there meeting women. Even though I'm not a tall guy, I'm 5'9", and when I used to go to bars and nightclubs and so on, there would be tall guys who are 6 foot and higher. There would be good looking guys. There would be muscular guys. And I wasn't the type of guy that women were looking at hoping to get with. But the reality is that with most girls, when you start interacting with them, you can trigger sexual attraction inside of them, and they will want to be with you even though you're not their usual type. And that's why, for example, guys who are shorter than girls will get themselves a girlfriend, even though she may have been going through her life saying that she wants a tall guy, or thinking that she wants a tall guy. Likewise, a guy who is overweight can get a woman, even though the woman may not have been looking for an overweight guy. But when he started interacting with her, he was able to trigger her feelings of sexual attraction, and then she switched on. She liked him. All types of guys can get girls, and it's not something to give up on and think that, oh, I can't do it. If you're not getting results, the reality is that you're making newbie mistakes that can easily be fixed. And once you start triggering sexual attraction inside of women, they feel it for you. And it doesn't mean that you can get any girl in the world, but you can get with most girls that you meet. Right? That's the reality, because most girls have what I call an open type. And that means that they're open to being with different types of guys, as long as the guy can trigger their feelings of sexual attraction, and then he's able to shoot his shot and make something happen. And I'll put up a video on the screen in a minute that you can watch on how to shoot your shot, right? What you can say, the right way to do it. And before I do that, I'll mention that if you want to learn the secrets that the guys in my community are accessing, that are allowing them to get results like this, then check out the link in the description to Master Attraction. And if you've been enjoying what you've been learning in this video, you'll love Master Attraction. This video is just the beginning. At Master Attraction, I teach you all the different ways to trigger sexual attraction inside of women. And once you start doing that, they want you. It's pretty simple. So here's the video that I mentioned. I'll put on the screen. If it's not appearing for you, it'll also be in the description. See you in the next video.